Rooms come along for the ride. With our friends by our side, we're taking it in stride. Join the team, join the fun. That's the stuff, takes under the sun. Loud and high, self-low. Making teams from the start of the show. Team up and sell. It's time to excel. Selling Microsoft Teams rooms, we're gonna ring the bell. 10 minutes of updates packed with energy. Together we'll conquer, making Teams rooms a difference. Brand new day, got something to say. We're Jimmy and Maren here to guide your way.
What a great way to start a week, Jimmy. What a great way, or end the week. Hot music, hot music.
Somebody's getting fired, Michael. Let's just say somebody's getting fired. I don't know who pushed an update on a Friday. I don't know why we're going back to this old music. I don't know anything about who's getting fired, but somebody's head is rolling. But welcome to Microsoft Selling Microsoft Teams Rooms for this week. I'm Jimmy Vaughn. This is Michael Tressler. Michael, why don't we jump into these updates? We got a lot of stuff to do. Let's talk about speaker attribution.
Yeah, speaker attribution. It's really cool. So the problem with transcripts and Copilot is if you walk into a conference room, you start talking, it just says Copilot 7 is getting donuts. Or sorry, not Copilot. Conference room 7 is ordering donuts. Conference room 7 wants jelly donuts. And conference room 7 needs the donuts by 9 a.m. That doesn't give you a lot of info. It'd be a lot nicer if it says Jimmy Vaughn wants donuts. Michael Tressler is going to deliver the donuts. And Michelle Bowman's going to make sure that there's jelly-filled donuts. So what this feature does, you register your voice. Now you walk into a conference room and knows who you are. No longer does it attribute things to conference room 7. It attributes things to Jimmy Vaughn and Michael Tressler. So this is a great feature if you're using Copilot to get much better recaps and notes and tasks from your transcripts and Copilot interactions.
And if you didn't understand what Michael said, go to the blog. I got nothing else to say. But let's talk about what's new in Microsoft Teams for June 2024. One of the great things that I saw was this optimize button, Michael. And this is a great way to go ahead and share your screen and get optimized videos when you're sharing videos, when you're sharing things like that. This little button actually updates your stream rate. Also, multi-panel check-in and enhancements for multi-tenant organizations, Michael.
Yeah, multi-tenant organizations, big one. A lot of people do that. Lots of organizations have to kind of battle between. We have different divisions that have different tenants. How can we kind of make them work together? So this should help multi-panel check-in for those spaces that have large, multiple doors, different ends of the room. And so you check in on one panel, the other panel will now reflect that check-in.
That's just 3 updates. There's a whole bunch more in there. I want to say thank you to Martin Boehm, who updated the What's New in CMD, aka.ms/What's New CMD. There are a whole bunch of new things in there. We're going to go through some of that. But, Michael, we may have a whole bunch of people on the call right now that actually have not gotten their badge, and we want to give them a little bit of a head start. Remember, we've got a whole bunch of questions that are on this test. This is one of them. This is one that you may get proposed to. But, Michael, what is the default behavior for Microsoft Teams Room on Windows regarding video signal after an activity? This is a common thing that we see inside of a conference room where you might not have the right display. So how does it work?
Let's see, inactivity, when I'm looking at these answers, let's see, indefinite is not inactive, intermittent, not inactive, a low resolution signal, not inactive. I'm going to go with number 2. Stop sending a video signal, be inactive.
Correct. When the device actually is inactive for a certain period of time, after 10 minutes, it will go ahead and stop sending HDMI 5 volts across that HDMI signal. This is important because if you've got CEC, if you've got other things on that display, PC mode and others, then it will go to sleep. But if your display is not correct, it may not go to sleep, but the Teams Room will do that. If you know how to use these systems, if you understand the technical side of these systems, you can get your Teams Room Technical Professional badge. Go get your badge at Teams Room badge, aka.ms Teams Room badge. And while you're there, go ahead and get your sales badge as well at aka.ms Teams Room sales badge. Now, Michael, we talk about Teams Rooms and Copilot all the time. We actually want to help you get better on your investment on Copilot, and that's going to be happening with the AI prompt of the week. Michelle, why don't we go ahead and roll that video now?
What's going on, and welcome to a new episode of Copilot Prompt of the Week. Sometimes you just have no inspiration and you don't know where to start. but Copilot actually offers you a lot of prompts, and a couple of great ones that you can instantly try to get going. Let's jump in. Now, there are different ways to get to a couple of stock prompts that you can start using. One of them is to look here on the main screen and find these 6, but there are way more if you come down to the bottom right and select View Prompts and see all these different suggested prompts. Now, there's even a drop-down menu. Let's try and look at Create. And let's try this Jumpstart a Draft, create a frequently asked questions based on a certain document. It automatically pastes the prompts into the prompt window, and you can even select your text file right away. So let's try this. Now, an easier way for you to learn what's in a certain document, you can create frequently asked questions. That's a method that has always worked. And here you see Copilot creating that frequently asked questions page based on the prompt and based on that file. That's the Copilot prompt of the week. I hope you enjoyed that one. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.
Copilot, all the things, Jimmy.
Amazing. We spend so much time creating frequently asked questions. Now our AI assistant can actually take that task and make it much simpler. That AI prompt of the week and everything else is on our YouTube page at Teams Room Tech Talk at youtube.com. Now, Michael, we've got a lot of roadmap items to go in, so why don't we jump into them? This one just came out. You and I had an MTD AMA this week, and it came up on the question, and we weren't sure exactly what it was, but in Message Center, they explained it.
Yeah, so this will let you, as the attendee, pick a camera. So you get to, if there's multiple cameras in the conference room, you can pick which one is going to be the best one you want to see. You can override what Teams decides you want to see by picking what you want to see.
Yes, and again, it's inside of the Message Center. If you do not understand it, there is more information there. I also want to thank Martin Baum for some of these slides, because he actually did a slide about the digital signage that's coming to Microsoft Teams rooms as well. Another announcement inside of Message Center. I cannot stress enough. Message Center is an important part of where we update the roadmap and Message Center for our admins. Also, Microsoft Teams video restyling based on the people count for Teams rooms. Now, if you have more people inside of the conference room, Michael, we can give you a larger square. That's important because, again, we want people to be inclusive in all these meetings, whether remote or in person. And this is one of the ways that we're going to be doing that. Also, inside of Message Center, we're going to roster group based on proximity for Teams room systems. We already do this on the intelligent video, like you know, Michael, but we're going to add the accent inside of there for proximity.
Yeah, it's a nice way to tell real quick.
Also,
how many
another solution, we're coming up.
Go ahead.
Yes. Okay. Enhanced cross SIP platform. We're going to be able to actually join SIP meetings with our CVI partners, starting with PECSIP, to go ahead and join other meeting types as well. Another great advancement inside of Message Center to go ahead and look at. Now, all of these and more are inside of that Teams meetings and callings update inside of there. Michael, we got a few upcoming events that we want to highlight. The first one, so last year, Michelle, Martin, myself, Matt Slomka, and others at Microsoft, we did a monthly learning hour. We're coming back with that this year. We're going to start in September. The first Tuesday of every single month will be a learning day for all of our Teams Rooms enthusiasts out there. We're going to start this with a session on layouts. Layouts are an important part of Microsoft Teams Rooms, and we know that. We want to take a deep dive learning hour and actually dive into layouts. Michael, there's a whole bunch of layouts that are out there.
Yeah, and Jimmy, I miss these Teams Rooms learning hours. They're really good things. I'm glad you're bringing them back. And front row, it's just a layout.
It's just a layout. But again, it's so much more than just a layout. But it is just a layout. We're going to deep dive. If you got questions about layouts, if you want to know more, join us. Immediately after this, Michael, we've got an edition of Teams Fridays. You're on with Christian from the product group, talking about, I think, everything intelligent recap.
Yeah, we're talking. We talk about. So Christian is a principal product manager at Microsoft, and the things he's responsible for include voice isolation, the new Teams feature that blocks all other voices except yours, BYOD in the Pro Management Portal, and intelligent speaker / voice recognition, speaker recognition. So it's about a 30-minute conversation I have with Christian there when I was in Redmond.
Awesome. And we're also going to have a Teams Fireside Chat on empowering.cloud. Teams Fireside.chat will be Miguel, who's joining Tom and a whole bunch of other people. This is a great hour where you actually get some deep insights about what people do at Microsoft, how they're approaching their job, and exactly what is important inside of their world, from Teams phones, meeting rooms, and contact centers. Miguel is a great resource here at Microsoft, and I'm sure that hour will be very, very informative. With that, Michael, everybody can go to smtr.show for the links from today's show, including the show. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Make sure you keep up to date with everything Teams Rooms this summer, and this half of the year is going to be exciting for Teams Rooms. We've got a lot of updates coming. We've got a lot of things planned. Remember, Ignite happens in November, but there's a lot of things coming before then. With that, Michael, I want to say to everybody, thank you for joining us every single week. And again, don't push updates out on Friday. Why don't you go ahead and take us out of here, Michelle? Everybody,
thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. You make it all worthwhile. You make me feel alive. I appreciate your support. It means the world to me. So thank you for watching. Like and subscribe.